All right, we back. My expert opinion, the greatest show in the
world.
Before I even tell y'all to hit that subscribe button, shout out to Boosie. It's out on bail. We're gonna have a conversation about that soon, but you know, I just want to shout out Boosie. Hashtag free Boosie all throughout the comments, do all that good stuff. Hit that like, hit that share. Everybody know you in here. It don't cost you no paper unless you's a mother.
Hater.
And don't be one of those.
Haters, they your haters.
Let's take the fuck out, nigga.
Your haters.
Cause there's a lot of them out there. That nigga's crazy. That nigga's crazy. Anyway, Mac, what up?
Salute, King.
That's good.
Shout out to Daisha McBride, aka Rap Girl on Instagram. Your bars is crazy. I just got put onto her shit. And Ohini Savant, the two of them. But Daisha McBride and Ohini Savant. Two people like one guy, one girl, one guy. Y'all are doing your thing. Shit is fire.
In that case, I want to shout out DFG Records, Aaron Rose.
DFG!
You know what I'm saying? Brooklyn Hands.
Yeah, destined for
Coming
greatness.
soon. Stay tuned. Sean Bigga, you back.
Man, the God.
Yes, they missed
Bigga, they was
Bigga.
all in the comments like, where's Bigga? What happened to Bigga?
Like we did something to you.
No. Bigga's always here. You just don't see me. I appear. But I would like to say shout out to the people. Shout out to you guys because none of us are nothing without you. So shout out to you guys that's watching us and support us.
Shout out
Much
to
love.
Hoffa gang, all you guys, Meal gang, all that. Shout out to the guys, to the guys. Splat Murder.
We in the building. You already know.
Champ.
Yo, listen, I'm happy to be home. I'm happy to be free. Happy to not have to be around a bunch of niggas locked up. Be around real men that's doing some things. I'm grateful. Shout out to Chris Gotti who's in the building. Shout out to my boy Dozer, the drum dealer, who's here. Rabbit 4 out now. And shout out to everybody who subscribed. We love y'all, man. Keep it moving. Keep it going. Appreciate y'all.
Now tonight, during one of my favorite eras of hip hop, there weren't many giants. We got one of them in the building. His voice is bigger than bigger. His records touched the world.
Facts.
And throughout all his trials and tribulations, it's good to see that the love comes right back around. We got Ja Rule. Ja! What's good, nigga?
I'm good, man.
What's good?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
I was like, I ain't gonna say how old I was. Picked up a flute tape, and I heard Murdergram. And I said, I know Jay. I know X. What is it? Yo, this nigga sound like he like 7'10". Ready to kill anything. You know what I mean?
Word. Yeah.
And throughout the years, seeing everything he went through, drama, Fed cases, he continually stood tall.
Gun case.
All
Prison time.
And you proved in spirit, you are 7'10".
Shit.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm good to be here, man. Glad to be here, man.
Glad to have you, brother.
This shit is dope.
Yeah.
You know, I catch a little bit on the net. You know, time. Yeah, Boozy on live.
Boozy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boozy going through some situations.
Shout out to Boozy. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. They try to blame me for that shit. Niggas is crazy.
How they try to blame you for that?
I like the feds are sitting around like, he did the Math Hop interview. Let's go get him. We got everything we need. No. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
You know, niggas got to watch it. You know, I was watching something on the internet the other day, and it was this new rapper dude, and he was doing like the what's the shit where they do your lyrics? Is it Genius?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Rap Genius.
Rap Genius. He's on there doing Rap Genius.
Shout out to those.
Shout out to Rap Genius. And they asked him about his lyrics. And, you know, I guess he's a drill rapper or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, pardon me if, you know, I'm you know, whatever. But, so he's breaking it down, and they asked him about, you know, the splat, that, whatever, and he's like, oh, no, that's, you know, that's when you spin the plot, you know, that's what I'm spending all day on the court, you know, and you know, this little tie, you know, so we got to, you know, it was fucking comedy. The way he was breaking down.
Right.
But we know what he took, but,
right.
And so the caption was, this is how all niggas need to explain their lyrics.
Right.
But it's true, you know what I'm saying? You gotta watch what you say.
Definitely gotta watch what you say.
Because they watch. They're watching everything.
I think, you know, originally, hip hop, it's always been a creative thing.
Yeah.
But there's a little bit more edge and attention to the people that you believed or the people that you heard the whispers about. You know what I mean? I remember Jay-Z saying, couldn't talk about it if I ain't live it.
Yeah.
Man, I started rapping everything I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, the older heads, they love that shit because it's like, yeah, little nigga, I saw you do that. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it comes to a space where it's like, it's dangerous.
Absolutely.
Hip hop made too many millionaires.
Yeah.
And I think they want to put a stop.
It's real dangerous now.
Yeah.
But you know that's where the RICO come in at. Mm-hmm. You understand? Like how you put a RICO on a hip hop artist, an entertainer. That's reserved for, you know, organized crime.
Crime, right.
To, you know, diffuse the head of the crime, you know, organization by getting through the lower. Yeah. This is a whole different thing. I have no idea how this even is legal, but you know,
yeah,
it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man.
Well, when you name your label Murder Inc.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we went through some stuff too. You know,
absolutely.
Right.
I think this is just my opinion, but I think the feds, you know, looked at what happened with the Murder Inc. case with, you know, Irv and Chris trial, and figured out how do we not let that happen again?
Yeah.
Like if we got them, we gotta get them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if we feel there's something there must be something there.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, man, you know, it's just niggas come from a certain place. The affiliation is still there. Look what Ja Morant. Thank God Ja Morant's in the NBA.
Wow.
Word.
They're gonna save that.
He be under the jail.
They're gonna save that young man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's no organization to save young black men that get millions of dollars overnight, but still got, you know, affiliations with this one and that one and the third. It ain't even affiliation. These is my brothers. This is my family. These is niggas I came up with from the dirt.
Right.
So what you look at as affiliation, nah, nigga, that's family, nigga.
Right.
So you can't. It's hard to get a white person to understand that because they don't rock like that.
Right.
They would get the fuck away from any nigga doing any type of fucked up shit when they get $1.
Right.
Oh, that's what Billy's doing over there? Let me get the fuck away from Billy. Billy is no longer family. We don't operate. We can't operate like that. And so there's a distinct disconnection that people don't get and understand when you come from a certain place and you gain something that is of value of wealth overnight. It'd be the same if I took, you know, a white person that grew up with everything and took everything from them overnight. They'd go through the same fucking culture shock. Trust me.
Yeah.
So, you know, we don't get that, we don't get the luxury of you know, having that as an excuse because it's success versus failure. So people say, of course, a person will react that way in a failed situation, but how do you act that way in a successful situation? When you're ascending, how do you still not, so
get caught up.
Right, so it's one hand wash the other, both hands wash the face.
There's got to be a set of rules for the new way of moving, right?
Absolutely.
You came up with a group of guys who do X, Y, Z, A, B, and C. This is all your family. Now they have to know that they have to move different around you. In other words, if you're the cash cow and you're out front,
this is true.
I can't be on camera with you. I can't hold the phone up and take pictures with you. I'll meet you at the house. I'll see you at the spot. We'll chop it up. I'll text you. However, we can't be in public.
Here's the crazy shit. Here's the crazy shit. Because I've been through it. I've been there. 9 times out of 10, it's me. I'm the guy. I'm the guy that wants to fucking do all of the silly shit. When all of the homies is like, nigga, chill the fuck out, my nigga. We want to chill.
Right.
This nigga's the problem, but we can't tell on this nigga. He's the fucking guy.
Right.
This is what's going on. I guarantee you, this is part of what's going on.
So self-inflicted issues.
Yes, and it's hard to, sometimes, man, it's hard to tell a nigga how to move, what to move, how to do what he's doing when you ain't never did that. So that when that is too part of the story, when a nigga's feeling like, don't tell me how to do what I'm doing. I've been moving like this, and look where we at. Even though the spotlight is bigger and it's different now, and every move you make is going to be criticized, you might have went to the strip club 1,000 times when you was in college, nigga, and nobody gave a fuck.
Right.
It's different now.
Now you go to DJs announcing you.
It's different now. When you learn and understand that, you'll move different. But it's a learning curve. Because this shit happens overnight, man. This nigga, come on, man. And I'm not making excuses for him. I'm definitely not making fucking excuses for him. Because LeBron James did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He came from a small town called Akron, straight the fuck out of high school. And went to the NBA with millions and millions and millions of dollars and was able to fucking hold it down and handle that pressure. And I'm sure there was a lot of pressure. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta, so in that case, I just hope that everything works out for John. Because I do understand, what I'm saying, how shit can go and how shit can, be that for a young man and people can't fathom why, how. And it's just a learning curve.
Is it the star's fault or the entourage's fault?
9 times out of the 10, it's the stars.
But
you can remove the entourage, but that ain't the problem. The root of the problem is him.
Okay, now right there, right in that moment, if I'm in the entourage and I'm your boy, we came up, I feel like if I'm not a yes man, it's my job to pull you to the side and be like, nigga, stop. We got here, we want to stay here, you're gonna fuck it up. Knock it the fuck off. If you want to fight, I'll fight. Somebody got it, I'll take it. Sit your stupid ass down and go do the thing you're supposed to be doing.
I love it.
Why are you in the car flashing
One
anything?
ear
Sit down.
and out the other. I'm telling you.
You did.
Yeah, word, yo. You know what? I promise you. You right, my nigga. You right. Next club night, have some drinks. It's the same, nigga. The tiger don't change the stripes, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's hard.
Right.
But he'll get there. I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's not gonna grow. Because I don't, there's another saying out there when people say a person shows you who he is, believe him. To a certain extent, yeah. A tiger doesn't change the stripes, yeah. But people can and do grow. And that is facts too. You know what I'm saying? And so he's a young man, and I think he will learn, and I think he will grow from this.
I've never liked that phrase, a tiger doesn't change, because we're not tigers.
Yeah.
We're not.
These only sayings niggas come up with.
But for some of these guys, like, it's the empowerment. You become the head of their household.
Oh yeah.
Upon signing a contract.
With unlimited access to anything you've ever wanted.
You feel the difference in how people around you are talking to you.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
sometimes it just goes up here. And you start to forget that there's consequences or your responsibilities.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And it happens.
Absolutely.
It happens. And sometimes you're just stuck in your ways.
That's who you see. That's when you see who a person really is, I think. When you remove consequences from their actions, when they have no fear of consequence for the things they say and do, that's who they actually are. When you get the person who has a job and he's a great 9-to-5 employee every day, when he hits the lottery, if he goes back to work, however he's acting after he hit the lottery, that's who he really is. If he's the same guy, that's who he always was. If he's, yo, kiss my ass, I'm not doing none of that. Yo, you a bozo, you a clown.
Money just
you this, you that.
Who you are. That's it. That's it.
But it's more
That's
lessons and losses. Like, I feel like it's a necessary evil to go through the shit you go through. Now, if you get it, if you understand it and you get it at a certain point and you don't wind up dead or in jail, great. But a lot of times the lessons are absolutely necessary to succeed in life. So I think what Ja is going through is necessary for him to understand in retrospect in the future, like, all right, I need to straighten up. You're absolutely right. It's all on me. But I think it's necessary.
I disagree.
He didn't have to go through this. No,
I disagree.
I don't feel like he had to go through these transitions. He brought this shit on himself, so I don't feel like he had to go through this.
I don't think self-inflicted
But
issues
it's
are
a
ever
learning
necessary.
experience for him.
You can learn from somebody else's experience. Look at what somebody
But
else
he's not.
did.
You don't live
Obviously,
long
he's
enough
not.
to make
You
all the
also got to
mistakes.
look at his age too.
Say it
You know,
again?
you got to
No, I
also look at
don't.
his
No, I
age.
don't.
Nah.
No, I don't. No, I do not.
'Cause he just mentioned
no, I
LeBron.
do not. Because you're grown enough to go. You're grown enough to go through everything you put. If it's self-inflicted, you put yourself here. Age regardless. You decided at this age to do everything that happened. You decide what comes with it is not up to you. But what you decided
Some
to do
people
is
is not mature though.
then that's up. Then you're gonna get them consequences. But nobody, no judge. We're not the kind of people who get the judges who say, "Look at your age. I'm gonna make an exception." We don't get those. That's not for us. You need to learn that.
He
coming
came
off
from
the
a good
porch.
household too. You know, mom, dad. You know, look like a good family. You know, but the dynamic of that changes with the money, like you said.
Right.
You
Or
know?
circumstance.
Now he's the head of the household, basically. Mom, dad, you don't tell me what to do, and I just brought you a motherfucking Ferrari and a Bentley and shit, man. Shut the fuck up.
Right.
I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. That's definitely what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I love my moms and family and shit, but I ain't gonna tell me what to do when I'm buying and paying for everything, nigga. It's just not just. You know what I'm saying?
So
same shit they used to tell you. It's my house. You're in my house. Do is that?
It's my
motherfucking right.
So how was it for you? Because you grew up in a household of Jehovah's Witnesses. Right?
Yeah, I did. You know, it's crazy. My early years was real crazy because, like, the first half of my life, I lived with my mom and my dad was together. My dad left when I was about 5. And so that's when I went to live with my grandparents. My dad was real abusive and shit. So, you know, it was real crazy, real dark. And I got to see, you know, things that, you know, really hurt me because it was the pain of my mom, you know, that type of shit. So when that was, you know, over, my mom's sent me to live with my grandparents and you know, they were all Jehovah's Witnesses.
Right.
My mother too included. It was like any other religion, I guess, at first. You know, you just go to church. And,
I grew up like that too.
They had some extra shit. You had
I
to
grew
go.
up like
You
that
had to
too.
know the Bible and all that? Did you know verses and shit?
Yeah, you know, it's. I'm gonna tell you something about this religion because word of mouth.
I grew up the same way. I know what you mean.
It kind of helped in a lot of ways.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? Me and Exhibit grew up Jehovah's Witness too. And we was just on tour in Australia together. He pulled me to the side. He said, "Yo, boy," he said, "We talked to you." I said, "What's up, Lex?" He said, "Yo, you know, I grew up Jehovah's Witness too." He said, "I understand that shit you taught." I said, "Oh shit, I didn't know that." A lot of artists did, but Big did as well. But a lot of artists did. But here's the crazy shit about the religion. So when you're young, they put you on stage and shit, like at young ages to speak, to do talks and shit in front of the crowd. In front of the congregation.
I never heard of that.
Yeah. So at a young age, at like 8, 9, 10 years old, I'm speaking in front of crowds of people.
Public speaking.
Which helped me become a good salesman. But you know, that those things, I guess, fear, you know, getting over a fear of a crowd or whatever,
Right.
it started right there. But then
You remember the things that you used to talk about
in
in those moments?
Bible shit, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you had to like, what was it? You had to like pick a
Yeah,
scripture.
you had to pick a
like,
scripture, dissect the scripture,
whatever, and to talk
like
about
that.
it.
You remember your scripture, though.
I don't remember. But another thing they used to do, you used to have to learn like the Bible scriptures from front to back. So
Right.
Yeah.
like Genesis, Leviticus, Exodus, Leviticus, Exodus,
Deuteronomy, Numbers.
Galatians, Revelations.
I don't remember it no more, but we used to have to do that shit. You know, so there was certain things and shit that was, and just learning about, I guess, God, and period. You know, learning some. My kids don't know nothing about God. Like they're not godly people like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up with a disdain for religion.
Why? Because you felt like it was forced on you?
Because religion's forced on all the kids. You know, when you're young, you go to church, Christian, you don't fucking want to go, but you gotta go. You know, so it's forced on everybody. But it was different in Jehovah's Witness religion because how strict it is.
Very strict.
And so it tore my family apart. You know, like my mom's got disfellowshipped when I was like 11, 12. I was living with my grandparents. And we had a nice little, you know, setup going on. I'm there with my grandparents. My mom's come take me on the weekends. I go with her. You know, my grandparents had a nice home, you know, with some grass. They lived in Hollis, Queens, and 208th Street right there. You know what I'm saying? Just off Franny Lou, and it was, you know, nice little house. You know what I'm saying? And it was comfortable for me to be able to live and whatever. And so I go see my mom's on the weekend. My mom's lived wherever. You know what I'm saying? In the building here, but my mom's always moving and shit. But you know, my mom's is a soldier. You know what I'm saying? So that was our setup. When she got disfellowship, you get disfellowship, no one's now allowed to talk to you anymore.
Nope. You're
It's like they banish you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're outcast now.
Facts.
So they banished my mother, and my grandparents sat me down and it was like, yeah, you know, your mother's not gonna be able to come on the weekends and do her visits anymore. So, you know, I'm like, well, you know, why? Why not? You know, I said, well, she's. This is before it happened, and so it was about to be announced at the Kingdom Hall.
You let everybody
What is
know.
the fellowship?
Disfellowship is when they kick you out the whip.
They
Essentially.
basically kick you out.
So you basically did something that's
Why is it
against the
called a
rules.
fellowship?
Yeah, it
It's
sounds
called
like the
disfellowship.
opposite thing.
Disfellowship.
Disfellowship.
Yeah.
Oh,
So if you did something,
I was saying fellowship.
Yeah, I was
if
saying
you did something within the Kingdom Hall congregation
Yeah,
that's against the rules and the guidelines of the
They'll
congregation,
disfellowship. But only if you baptize, you get disfellowship.
if you baptize,
Yeah, if you're not baptized, you get disassociated.
disassociated.
I still remember
yeah.
this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how they
Kick you
let
out
you
the
know.
whip.
You know what I'm saying? It just stays with you. So anyway, they disfellowship my mother, and they tell me I can't, she can't make these visits to me anymore.
How did that make you feel?
In that moment, I feel like in that moment is when I became quote unquote a man, because I made the decision to leave my comfortable surroundings and go with my mother in our shaky surroundings and with no, I'm a kid. I was 12. I didn't really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know, I wasn't thinking about the future. I just know I wanted to be with my mom.
Right.
So that was the decision I made. Like, you know what? I don't want to be here if my mother can't come visit and be with me. So I didn't really know what was about to happen. So, like how this whole banished thing goes. So
They banished you too?
You can't hang out
I'm
with
with
the
my
kids.
mother. I'm the banished.
You can't hang out with the kids from the congregation or nothing, yo.
This shit is crazy. So I go,
Religious cooties or something?
it's crazy. They do it to shame you, and so you come back. But most of the time, it doesn't work. It backfires, and people are like, fuck you. Nobody wants to talk to me no more. I'm not doing this and sit. And you're supposed to go to the meetings, and nobody talk to you. And you gotta go to, like, this is your punishment. Like, People was looking at you, all your friends you kicking with every week, and shit like
that.
they're looking at you like
that.
shame. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck out of here. So most people just stop going after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck out of here. Because, you know, real talk, what they disfellowship with moms was like regular shit. She go hang out with her coworkers after work, have some drinks, shit like that, bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Hanging out with worldly people and drinking. And she was living a double life, and she had a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? So in their eyes, she was doing way too motherfucking much. You know what I'm saying? And my mom's, she was a real one. She was like, you know what? You right. I'm tired of living a double life. Go ahead and disfellowship. That was my mom told me. You know what I'm saying? She told me. She told him. So she was like, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, she was happy when I came to stay with her and live with her. But then everything changed. Everything was different then. You know what I mean? You know, my grandparents wasn't really fucking with us. It was, you know, we was just on our own basically, moving from, you know, place to place, getting evicted from this spot, evicted from, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. My grandfather, every once in a while, you know, if my mother really was like we getting thrown out of the house and shit, thrown out of the apartment, he'd fucking, you know, give up some money. But it was like real, it was fucked up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so,
that's crazy.
I grew up real bitter towards religion after that. Like, fuck religion, you don't need, you got your one-on-one with God, that's what you got. That's what I have, and it worked for me. God blessed me, you know what I'm saying? Right. He didn't bless anybody else. That's with your old religion, he blessed me. You know why? Because I have my one-on-one. That's why.
What was those meetings like when y'all go knock on doors?
You know, I didn't really do. So I went, but I didn't really. I was young. You know what I'm saying? I was young when it was really doing what they call it field service.
Field service.
Yeah, so I was young, but it's embarrassing, yo.
Very
you got to go and knock on the homies' doors and shit, and then you know how the niggas rap.
Niggas like,
oh no, these niggas.
Listen, bro.
You homie and shit.
You
can't dap them or nothing. Like,
there's a sense of bullying that goes on underlyingly in the hood with that too. Because I ain't gonna front. When my grandmother used to take me to the Kingdom Hall, I used to have to dress up, you know, your hair done up and everything, you know, you looking sharp. But when you go to school, you fly.
How long you had to go? How long you had to go?
Man, I was there until I decided to start going to jail. You know what I'm saying? So I say about 13, 14 years old.
That's how most get out. That's how most of the kids get.
Yeah.
All of the kids in the shit are damaged, nigga. I'm telling you, I ain't no bullshit, man.
Yeah. You become a rebel.
They run in the other direction.
You become a rebel because you're shielded from all that that lifestyle. They don't teach you.
You ain't supposed to fucking
about the streets.
You ain't supposed to play with nobody that's not in the congregation, or you know what I'm saying? It's like it's crazy. Yeah. So you going to school with motherfuckers like these my niggas, these my friends. You know what I mean? You ain't supposed to. It's crazy.
My problem was why was they standing at the door so long? Like y'all niggas hear niggas, we not trying to hear niggas. Why y'all still at the door?
I run from them too when they come my door, nigga.
I used to wait for y'all.
You know they don't come to the door in my neighborhood though.
They'll know you in the crib too.
Brothers in the hood taught me a little something. I used to go to war at the door, like, well, we do Exodus 4:22 says. And a couple of them came back and they was like, yo, so can you show me more? And I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go learn some more shit.
Let me tell you, it's interesting because I got a chance to be, well-versed in
organization, communication,
but not just
all
that.
Those skills.
So, after that, I was, 12 and shit, we going to junior high school and shit, and, getting with my niggas, and I'm not in the religion no more. Niggas are starting to be 5% in Muslims. I already got into that. You know what I'm saying? I would get into this, so we doing that. Then I used to go hang out with my homie all the time. He lived in Lawton and shit, and his mom's was a devout Christian and shit, and she made us go to church we had to spend the night in the house and go to church on Sunday, you know what I'm saying? Right. But he had the crib, and so it was fun to be at his crib, and he had the whole, he basically had the basement, like it was his apartment and shit. His mom just let him rock. Yeah. We used to be down there and shit, so, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, we going this thing, we spend the night over there. Mom's upstairs, she ain't worried about what we doing down here. So we was like, all right, we'll go to church, Miss LeGrand, it's cool, that's my man Jason. But so I got to be well versed in different religions and kind of see. You know what I learned about religion through that journey? All religions basically say the same shit. Be a better person,
Right.
Obey God's rules. You know what I'm saying? And you'll make it to heaven. You know what I'm saying? It's all the same verbiage in that, and basically in them terms. You know what I'm saying? But what I learned is these are all just man's rules, from Jehovah's Bible to the Quran to the King James version of the Bible, or the original version, whatever fucking version, whatever which one you want to read. Right. It's all their version of what is supposed to be the
God's will.
Powers, yeah. So is that the reason why, like, as far as your albums that you drop, it has this religious undertone?
Yeah. I love it because I felt like I'm a very spiritual person, just not a religious person. I created my own themes of religion. I felt like, shit, these niggas could create their own religious themes, why not I? Rule 336. I had 13 rules that I created. 12 was kind of like, for the apostles. But the 13th was for me and my daughter. And I think it was, and the two will become one. But all my rules that I created, they all equaled up to 12. So it was like Rule 336 and Rule 444. It was dope. But I felt like I had to create my own theme of religion I rock a double cross. One's for the soul, one's for the body. This was my thing.
Right.
And, it works for me. You know what I mean? I feel like I got my thing with God. I talk to him. He don't talk back yet, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know him?
Yeah.
He definitely.
But he's listening. I think he hear me.
He definitely got you through some things that
absolutely
you should not be. I mean, you turned your back on your church. The church turned their back on your moms, so you turned your back on the church.
There's been many times
got shunned.
I've doubted God too.
Okay.
What led you back?
I can lie to anyone else, at times even God, but I can't lie to myself. Too much self-pride. These are the things I talk about in my lyrics because it's real. At times I question God, like, yo, are you there?
You got a record called If God Was One of Us.
If God Was One of Us.
That was fire.
When I talk to God, you know what I mean?
What would God do if he was one of us?
Yeah.
Is that based on that rock song?
On what?
Is that
rock
never
song?
mind.
What if God was one of us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's on what, 336?
I believe so,
Yeah.
But I think that people should have their own one-on-one with God. I don't think nobody needs to go to a place to congregate, But some people need that.
Some people need the community of it.
Yes, exactly.
What's the
connect to
verse?
So I don't know.
Two or more gathered in my name.
I am there.
That's all it takes.
The church is the people. Let's get that straight. So the church didn't turn their back on him.
Right.
The church is the people.
Yeah.
His congregation might have turned their back. So let's not confuse that. The church.
No. I didn't mean it like
church,
thank you. I didn't mean it like that.
The church.
That was really a setup to say that was the first time he had been shunned, but it wouldn't be the last time.
I would like to ask a question because I hear people.
It's ill because you start to realize that shit, it really don't mean nothing in the grand scheme of things. Mm-hmm. The things that you think are so big in your world, it's fucking so minuscule in the grand scheme of things. That's what I learned. When I went to prison, I learned the illest lessons. But we could get, we'll get there.
I just want one
what
question.
you gonna say?
I would like to ask, everyone, because I hear this a lot and I really don't know. What does religious and religion mean? When I hear people say that, I'm just wondering what aspect is the person coming from? What does that mean? What does being religious mean?
Oh,
you follow
the guidelines and the regiments of a sect
of a sect.
religion.
of beliefs.
Being religious means you choose this specific denomination or this specific
And it's an action.
sect.
You follow that theology.
You follow their.
You follow this set. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so basically.
Throw it up, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Basically,
So,
coming
I'm a holy roller, nigga. What up?
so in other words, it's like a way of life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. This specific way.
And in life, is it not set rules?
Of course.
Universal law, absolutely.
If they're not,
Yeah.
so wouldn't like religious be something that we all do regardless? Even the criminal gangster on the street, he's living a religious life because in the way he do, it's the way of life that someone chooses, right?
Yeah,
Well,
but
see,
his-
that's why my name is Ja Rule too, because I feel like I set my own rules, and Ja is God in Rastafari. You know what I'm saying? And so mine's actually is Jeff Atkins. That's what my Ja comes from.
Right.
But, you know, all of those things come to mind when I think of what my name means in retrospect. You know what I'm saying? Or a person just looked at it and said, well, what does Ja's name mean? You know what I'm saying? Right. I think a lot of people would look at that and say it has religious background to it. It has, you know, so, but it does. It does. And it has a lot to do with, you know, what I've been through in my religious journey.
And you know, you skipped to that because I was going to ask you that. You know, how did you get your name? And,
Yeah, I mean, I actually got my name, honestly, you know, my name is Jeff Atkins, so that's where the Ja came from. Yeah. So I started calling myself Ja. And then my man, Kamal B. Wise and shit, we used to play ball and shit in the park and shit. He just said, he started saying it, like Ja Rule. And you know, I realized I was like yesterday years old when I realized that KRS-One has a song called Ja Rules. I didn't know that. And so I'm now thinking.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that. So now I'm thinking maybe that's what Kamal got it from. Just do the rules on the end, right? You know what I'm saying? So
full circle.
Yeah, now it kind of made.
That's what I thought your name meant the whole time until I looked at it in spelling and saw there was no H.
Yeah.
No J-A-H. It was just J-A. I thought your whole name was like God Rules. I thought that's what you were saying.
I mean, I got that on my neck. God Rule. Yeah, God's Rule. Yeah.
Until I saw that there was no H.
Yeah.
how did your family feel, like your grandparents, about the Ja Rule?
Oh, they hated everything about me. not hated. They loved me. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. They loved the shit out of me. You know what I'm saying? They just. And for the religion, that's like a big no-no. You're not supposed to be a performer and shit and doing all this. Especially not no fucking rapper. They wanted Michael Jackson and Prince to stop doing fucking R&B. Like, so you're not supposed to do that. Like, you're not supposed to idolize yourself in that way. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't celebrate birthdays, and Christmas, and
all the holidays.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn, how they party?
But you know what's crazy? Let me just say this.
No
right?
partying at all.
Let me tell you what's crazy, right? I used to be confused coming up because my grandmother, my great-grandmother, my aunts and uncles that were all Jehovah's Witnesses, they would be like, we're not celebrating Thanksgiving. We're not celebrating Christmas, right? But the day after Thanksgiving, everybody's at the house eating turkey.
Exactly. They used to do the same shit.
And I used to be like, wait, I thought we're not celebrating that.
Well, it ain't Thanksgiving the day after.
Yeah, but the whole thing was, this is where the confusion lies in a child.
Exactly.
No, absolutely.
Like, I was confused as fuck. I was like, well, I can't get nothing for Christmas, but then you're gonna buy me something the day after.
My confusion was real clear. I like, this some bullshit, nigga.
This shit don't make no sense.
Y'all niggas ain't fucking
Look, man,
me. I'm out of here,
My
man.
shit was early. My grandma used to take me to church. They used to give me offering money. Sat in there, listen to him talking about God. I'd be like, oh, God is all powerful. So he own everything? You don't need this money. I'm going to the arcade. I did that every week.
Yeah.
Dip out of church. I'm in the arcade. Streets of Rage or Street Fighter or whatever.
But see, but you know, I'm not gonna lie. That shit is missing in today's society.
Yes.
The structure.
Yes.
Structure, the organization.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We didn't like to go. Nobody loved to go, but the structure of that, it gave us something. You may not fucking realize and know it, but I realize and know it now.
Later
that
on.
shit gave me something.
Absolutely.
Discipline,
That shit
moral
gave all
code.
of us something. I going to church or something, putting that fucking suit and tie on. I don't want to do this shit. I put the fucking shit on going to church.
Right.
That shit gave every one of us something that's missing today in community in our
serving on the usher board, being a part of that.
A lot of shit is missing,
our
man.
people right now.
That we took for granted, nigga. It's like I said, shit. I don't take my kids to church. None of that shit. They damn near don't even believe in motherfucking God. And I don't have a problem with that. You know, everybody have their own thing with it. You know what I'm saying? I want people to be who they are. I don't want to transform people. Gotta mold them, put them in the right path, but I want you to be who you are. You know what I'm saying? I allow my kids to be who they are all the way. You want to do this, nigga? Go do it. You want to be that? Go do it. You want to be it? Do it. I'm not mad at it.
Does it work for you?
It worked for me. It worked for me. A lot of freedom worked for me because I was able to figure shit out. That's important. Freedom with structure is important.
But it's tough. I hear you saying that. But it's
important.
Tough.
Yeah, freedom with structure, but you had immediate consequences that they're not subject to.
Yeah, this is true. They have great crutches.
You saw criminals doing crime firsthand.
Absolutely.
Criminals doing crime.
Yeah, firsthand. Like
criminals
doing crime. Criminals. You, champ.
Because there's a difference when you see criminals kicking it.
Oh, can you stop saying criminals?
No, I'm not going to.
Guys who made mistakes. People who made mistakes.
No. The dudes I'm talking about were criminals. They would tell you I'm a criminal. You say, I'm a criminal. This is what I do for a living. I'm a criminal.
I never said that.
Listen, I've done crime.
You did it. The dudes
We've all done crime. It's part of our community.
I'm a criminal. However, when I was, I'm talking for myself now, when I was around them, they weren't doing crime. They were kicking it. They were buying ice cream. They were having barbecues. They were at the car. We was at the park. We were shooting ball. They weren't. I'm listening to his stories. He saw firsthand them doing the other shit. You dig what I mean? And then you saw the consequences of what all that freedom came with and how to move. Meanwhile, your children grow up in a privileged position.
Absolutely. I love it. Love it.
I don't love it sometimes.
I do love it.
I don't love it sometimes.
I do love it. I do love it.
Because I be looking at my son like, when I was your age, I was taking care of you.
I love it, man. Yo, Matt, love it. How old is your son?
He's 21.
Yeah, love it, man. You love it. Hang out with them now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that part is cool.
They different than us, you know what I'm saying? They different than us. You know, we want them to have a little more us in them because of where we came from, and we feel like that gave us our edge to go out and get it. But they got a different chip, a different edge that you hope is instilled in them. And that's just life doesn't exist until you make it.
Right.
You can't fucking live with nothing. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're in a comfortable position. My kids are in a comfortable position right now, but you know what they're starting to realize? I'm comfortable, but I don't have nothing. Dad's rich. I'm not rich.
Right.
If I need somebody, I ask Dad. I'm fucking 20. I don't want to do that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that drives more hunger for them. So they have other things to aspire and their own, you know, struggles and pain that they go through, that they feel, that we didn't have to go through. And I like that because it's not financial.
Yeah.
We were willing to take risks and chances that they're not going to take because it's not a financial thing. It's like, yo, I'm comfortable. I'm not gonna go out and fucking sell no drugs. I'm not gonna go do that because I don't need to do that.
Right.
I'm comfortable. They have their other struggles. Which, I mean, you know, listen, man. I like to be a sponge sometimes and kind of watch how, you know, people watch sometimes. You know, I like to see how people move, how people, you know, think. So I watched the white people in my neighborhood too, and how they do with their kids, and you know, is it successful? Their methods, is it not successful? And what I learned, they just bulldozer, like they're bulldozer parents. They just wipe all the pieces off the board, clear the path. Kids are gonna be fine.
Right.
You know, we don't really have that as black. You know, me as an entertainer, I have more of a, you know, I can be more of a bulldozer parent, but I don't want to be. I don't even want to be a helicopter parent. I just want to be a supportive parent. So whatever your dreams are, whatever your it is you want to do,
right.
Because I feel as though having that crutch, having that
safety net.
Safety net.
Yeah.
That's the word I'm looking for. Having that safety net is important.
It's important, but for me,
I
guess the timeline that I was on.
It's never been there. You got to think, in our
I be looking at
generations, it's
them
never
like,
been there.
I'm gonna support whatever you do, but there's no sense of urgency, and that's the thing that kind of alarms me, because that sense of urgency puts you ahead of the curve.
Life is long.
Right.
You hope.
That sense of urgency that we had, it made us have kids early. Like, nigga, I ain't think I was gonna live past 25. Nigga, I thought I had to do everything before 25, nigga.
Right.
They don't think like that. They like, shit, look at dad, he's 47. My grandparents are 60, yeah. I'm gonna live a fucking long time. I'm gonna play my game. You know what I'm saying? Got plenty of time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They got a different mentality. I'm not mad at it. They got a different mentality, but they do want to win. They do have, dreams. I look at a lot of these, guys, a lot of my business guys, and they talk about, their success. I like to ask, because being a celebrity, you come around, people always want to hear your story. Yeah, tell me what you did, John. Tell me how's it being fucking, how's Chanti, all this shit. You know what I'm saying? But I like to throw it back at them because I'm very interested in how you got rich, like how you got rich. You're not a celebrity or anything like that. You know what I mean? You didn't have to. You ain't shaking your ass on stage and shit to get money.
But me and you were in the same place.
Right.
Right.
And and let me tell you something. They love that. Because nobody ever asked them their story. But people love to tell their story.
Everybody.
Everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loves to tell their fucking story. Especially when it's a good story.
Right.
And so, I learn a lot from just listening to people, like being that sponge. I learn a lot, man. And I do that. I've done that my whole career. Just, when niggas thinking I ain't paying attention, when niggas think I'm getting high and, drunk and shit, now I'm paying attention.
Are your kids learning from the things are they watching your mistakes?
They know about your mistakes? Wait. Do you tell them all the shit that you did?
My kids are grown. You know what I'm saying? So they know, my daughter's 27, my oldest son is 22, my youngest son is 20. So they big kids now.
So do they come to you with stories from the internet like, Pop, this is what they said? Is this true? Did this happen?
They grown. They get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They've been, they ain't saying it ain't their first rodeo either.
Right.
So it's not, it's, and it starts at the top. They see the way Pops handle shit. You know what I'm saying? They like,
right.
Pops like, this shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? They that's how they move. Like,
so because
if I don't see that man in no type of
panic,
we could. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And that's how you gotta lead. You gotta lead from the top. You know what I'm saying? That's how I do. My kids, I have plenty of stressful days, but whatever. They never know it. You know what I'm saying? You walk with your head high. Play some golf and shit.
Yeah, this guy was playing golf when I called him earlier. He was like, yo, Hop, let me get you back, man. I'm playing golf right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta try that one day, man.
You ever play golf?
Never.
I'm gonna get you out on the golf course, man. We gonna go play some golf, my nigga.
Went from get the fortune to playing golf.
Golf is great. So it's almost like, as you get older, you want to get into different shit. And some people get yoga, meditation. I recently started doing some yoga too, because it's good for your joints and shit, your limbs stretch. And as I'm getting older and shit, you need that shit. I don't know if
running back and forth.
I don't know if anybody up in age like getting up there and shit like I am. But nigga, you feel that shit. But golf is great exercise. And it's good meditation. It's zen. It's real zenful. You out there and just the greenery, the scenery is beautiful, and there's little animals shit running around. It's like it's good. It's a good sport, and if you're a competitive person, which I am, very competitive, it's a very challenging game. And there's nobody else to blame. It's not a team sport, which I love.
Right.
I love, sports where there's no team.
Stand on your own.
Stand on your own, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. You have a team. I like the team concept too. Don't get me wrong, but when it comes down to one-on-one and it's just you and you got to perform and you got to be the one to do it. You ain't got nobody to blame, nigga, when it don't work. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no look in the mirror, nigga, like, nigga, you didn't fucking come through, nigga.
Right.
And that's just what it is. And you got to own that too. And that's what gets you to the next level.
Next level, right. Because you could have easily fell to the wayside with some of your rap partners that didn't continue on the mission.
I mean, I don't just look at music as the only thing that I'm capable of doing, and that's important too. Like, I love music. I breathe that shit. I love that shit. I rap every day.
Every day.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I also I love doing other things too. I realize that my God-given gift that I feel is creativity, being able to create things, whatever that may be, whether it be music, apps and original content, whatever the fuck. That is what God gave me. He gave me the gift to create shit.
Bring things to life.
Yeah, I create shit quick on the fly, like it comes to me.
You got a shrine?
Huh?
A shrine?
No.
No? But you know what a shrine is.
Yeah, like awards and all that shit.
All right, so figuratively, what was your shrine when you was younger?
Get the fortune, motherfuck fame.
Like, what was the projection?
I wanted to be an athlete. Music wasn't in my radar early on.
Was it basketball, right?
Basketball, box. My wife actually thought I was gonna be a boxer. When me and her got every day I was come to her house with all my shit on. I was serious about it, but that wasn't for me. There's too. I like to make my own rules, man. There's too many rules to that shit.
You have a picture of him in the ring, like, what, you can't kick?
Nah, it wasn't that. Like, it wasn't that.
But you no knees.
It was the workout, the regimen of being in shape. That having to cut weight, having to fucking no fucking, and it's all of that shit. Like running every day. Like that. I like to do things on my own accord. Then, I learned about being more structured in prison. Before that, my whole thing was organized confusion, nigga. All over the place, I got it. It makes sense to me, nigga. Don't touch the way I have my shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. When I went to prison, everything was so repetitive. Mm-hmm. So I had to find the usefulness and repetition. Because I like being spontaneous. I like doing shit on the fly. Fuck it, what we doing today, baby? Fuck fly Paris. Go. You know what I'm saying? I like that shit. That's fun to me. That's fly. That's living, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't making no plans, nigga. Just
no plans.
Life is life. We live. That's it.
Right.
I like that. But when I went to prison, I realized that structure is important too. Discipline. All these things are also important too. And so I became more of a disciplined and structured person after prison. And then, prison it's crazy. That shit sticks with you. Things you do there, that shit, you can't get rid of that shit, man. You can't get rid of that shit.
That's a fact.
Word.
That's a fact.
You
still shower with your underwear on?
Nah, I didn't do that in prison either, though. I did sometimes, I had to wash your underwear. Like when I was in the feds, I did it a lot because you was wash your underwear and shit, while you was in the joint, in the shower and shit. But
there are things like getting up and making your bed in the morning.
Washing dishes after you use them.
Because what I realize is if you don't make your bed in the morning, the rest of your day is just twisted. That organization of fixing something and making it organized creates a great path for the rest of your day.
My workout regimen became like constant, like just a part of life. You know what I mean? A lot of shit. You know, reading. I really, you know, started reading a lot in prison, and I just kept it up. You know, books are powerful, yo.
What was your favorite book
Books
in
are
there?
powerful.
Yeah.
What was your favorite book in there?
You know, I first, you know, you started reading a lot of novels and shit, you know, but then I'm more so, I was like, this shit ain't helping me, you know what I'm saying? Like, just you know, whatever. I started reading a lot of self-help books. There's a lot of books. I don't know my favorite. I like a lot of biographies, like Malcolm X biography. Everybody reads that when you go to prison, but books like Freakonomics.
Yeah, that was a good book.
The Alchemist is my shit.
That book is fire.
Yeah.
Alchemist.
My shit.
Soul with Your Strengths, 48 Laws of Power. You know, all the shit. But I read a lot of books while I was in there. I can't even think more, but I adopted that as something that I do now. And I keep up with it. I like to get a book and just read and shit. And it's good.
All right, so rewinding back. Moving with moms.
Yep.
Moving from place to place to place. You start to realize, we struggle.
Yeah.
I'm the man. I gotta help.
Yeah.
What was the next step?
Sell drugs. You know, it's the easiest thing. And it's flood. It's like having a job at McDonald's in our neighborhood. Like, especially in that era. Like, everybody was doing it. And it seemed like, you know, it seemed awful to me. You know what I'm saying? The pack. Like, you know what was the funniest shit when I got my first pack? I had that pack for like a week and a half, nigga. Yo, like, word, nigga. I was on the block struggling. I'm like, how the fuck I'm supposed to move this shit? Y'all niggas ain't letting me get no sales. You niggas is being nasty with it too. Like, nigga, you got to find your own shit, nigga. Then niggas tell you, because you first get on the block, niggas give you run down, shit is moving.
Right.
Don't sell to nobody you don't know. You know what I'm saying? So you like, all right, I'm gonna sell nobody I don't know. But I don't know nobody. So
right. So how does that work?
And then niggas ain't really putting you on to their customers. So you like, I'm telling you, I was out this, I'm like, y'all niggas is really, niggas will let you get one. A nigga come get five, nigga be like, nigga, I'll let you get one, nigga. Come on, nigga. Like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Nigga come get 10, and nigga be like, nigga, I'll let you get 2, nigga. Come on, nigga. Like, damn, nigga. Like, so it took me about a week and a half to move that pack. But I learned a lesson in that too. You know, how to be a hustler. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna give you nothing, nigga. Go out there and get it, nigga. Go figure it out. Go figure it out. And the lesson in that was, these is my homies. These is my niggas.
When it comes to that money, it's something different.
Yeah.
What?
It's something different.
Yeah.
And then laugh at you and you ain't moving your mouth. Like, nigga. So, valuable lessons learned, man. And you got to take these nuggets and convert them into, real life shit. Music shit, business shit. It's all relative.
Right.
It's all relative.
So
I started hustling easy money.
Did you adopt that mentality in the group that you was in?
It's crazy because I love being in a group until I wasn't in a group. And then I was like, I'm glad I'm not in a group. Right?
You're talking about the cash money?
Yeah. Because I like to live by my own rules, you know what I'm saying? And you in a group, you gotta you got to split the delegation of rules and how shit is working. And I don't like that.
Right.
I don't like that. You may be on your own type of time, nigga. I want to do this in a different way, and you want to do it in that way. We bumping heads, but we're in a group. So how are we going, you know, it's always friction in groups, always.
Did you experience jealousy?
Nah, I wouldn't say jealousy. They're my niggas, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't jealous. More hurt that it didn't work out.
Disappointed.
Disappointed. Yeah, it didn't work out the way, you know, we wanted it to or the way we thought it would. But again, you know, it's the ebb and flows of life. You know what I'm saying?
What made you stick with it?
You know, once I started, you know, when I first started making music, it was all a hustle to me. It was all about hustling. You know, I got into music like, yo, we do this rap shit and make some fucking money. But then as I started actually doing it, you know, I rapped before that and loved it as an art, you know. But the thought of rapping professionally was, here we gonna get some money. We're gonna do this rap shit, get some money.
Yeah.
And when I started making records, I started learning more about music theory, you know, oases and fucking, you know, just different things about music. You know, how different sounds, you know, can you know, hemorrhage and you know, do things to your body, you know, unbeknownst to people, you know, how certain records, you know, certain tempos, you know, people unconsciously, subliminally don't realize, you know, subconsciously don't realize that they just gravitate towards because the weather's warmer or it's colder.
The frequencies.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, you know, tempos, frequencies, all that.
BPMs.
Yeah. But those things, you know, I started to learn and realize. And that made me fall in love with music. Because now it wasn't just two turntables and a microphone to me anymore. It was more like a game. That I could, you know, dissect the defense and you know, kind of, you know.
Format the playing field.
It felt different.
Yeah.
It felt different. I know things that these other niggas don't know. My baritone voice does something on records that other niggas can't do.
Right.
Other niggas don't even know that. That have these voices, they don't know. They just know that I have deep voice, I do this shit, whatever.
Right.
I learned how to use my voice over the years. I used to just get on records and just fucking go, scream, you know, I learned how to use my voice in different tones and melodies and how to harmonize and all that shit. It just became different to me. Music became very, very different to me. I saw it different. I looked at it different, and that's when I felt like I want to make music for the world. I want to make music for everyone, not just my niggas, because I have this ability to make these kind of records. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it became that.
You feel like...
So was Herb the first true believer?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. You know, I talked about it on our documentary, you know what I'm saying? It's a powerful thing to have somebody believe in you, like how you believe in yourself, or even believe in you in ways that you don't believe in yourself. It's very powerful, and Gotti believed in me that way. He don't believe in three niggas that way in his whole life. Me, X, and J. That's it. Nigga, that's it.
That was it.
But, you know, he wasn't wrong.
Right.
He wasn't wrong.
But he believed in Mike.
He believed in
Mike Geronimo.
He believed in Mike too. He did. But Mike also had something special. I just felt like, you know, there's no magic wand to this shit. You know, if I can just take out my pop, make us all stars in this room, I would. It just doesn't work that way. I seen plenty of talented niggas that I feel like shit. Mav is a fucking monster on the mic. He should be bigger than what he is as a rapper. But I don't know what it is. I don't know why it works for some niggas. There's some niggas that's trash. And it's fucking the biggest niggas. You know what I'm saying? They be big as fuck.
Right.
I don't know. It's it. I don't know what the fuck that it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. If I could I'm telling you, if the niggas can fucking put it in a bottle and sell it, they'd be billionaires. It's just something that the people gravitate to certain things at certain times. And I don't know what it is. You can't put your finger on it. And that's what success is. You know what I'm saying? That's what life is. It's that thing, you know what I'm saying, where you never know when that moment in time is yours.
Right.
It could happen tomorrow. It could be a year from now. It could be, and that works both ways. That works on the flip side
and the other way too, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what you gotta understand about life. And just move with the ebb and flow. Like my nigga Bruce Lee said, be
like water.
Be like water.
Be fluid. You know what I'm saying?
Water can flow,
Yeah.
or it can crash.
Yeah. And I'm a Pisces, so I believe strongly in that. You know what I'm saying?
So how you discover Ty Murder, Black Child, and Vita?
That's Gotti. Gotti got well, Black Child was my brother from the hood.
Right.
So Black Child came in with me, but you know, Ty, I don't know where he got Ty from. And but we all from the hood in Queens, you know. Vita came through with Hype. You know, Hype had Vita as an artist, and he brought her in, and then Charlie, you know, Gotti wanted to sign Charlie because she's just dope. You know,
Something about Charlie, man. I can't wait to get her in the chair.
It's another one, man. Chuck is so dope, and I don't understand why it didn't work for Chuck. Like, I don't know, man. You know what I mean? There's question marks on a lot of great talent, man.
Right.
You know.
Who are the people that you thought at that time was gonna go that didn't?
It's hard to say that. I would never want to step on nobody's success. You know what I'm saying? Like, you went, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you didn't go to the heights of maybe where you wanted to, or you seen, but nigga, if you made money in this business and you be able to take care of your family and, you know, you good and you know, you went.
Right.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't, you know, it's a tricky thing, it's a funny thing. You know, I could say I should be bigger. I want to be. I'm good. I went. You know, I'm comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So, y'all ready to start? Y'all ready to start?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Def Jam.
My name, I'm gonna get a little sip of my thang. Def Jam.
No,
Def Jam. You in a house full of monsters. Irv is strategic. He made 1 billion phone calls to get you in that space.
Yeah.
You get there, you're in the house of monsters. What's your mindset? Who are you looking at like, dang,
To rule and conquer.
I gotta get around these guys.
Def Jam had a lot of monsters too.
Not around them. I gotta go through them. Ain't no dodging it. We good.
Shaolin Monk over here with this shit.
Like, ain't no dodging it. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta, we either gonna go through it or we not.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, let me just put it this way. I feel like I'm one of the best niggas that ever did. Period. And so I went in that building with that mind state, with that mindset. And, you know, I think I came out all right. You can't go into no fight or any situation that you deem when you want to come out of success and think that you're gonna fail.
Right.
That just never is gonna work. And I'm one of them people. I'm like a crazy, person when it comes to believing in what I'm capable of doing. You know,
you have a shrine.
I'm a very strong believer in me.
Yeah. You have a shrine.
That's it. I bet on me all day. I you know what I mean? So, I was very fearless.
So when you say that came through trial and error,
very fearless.
you put yourself in certain situations,
young,
and after a while, you're like, I got this. I
just
got
didn't
this.
give a fuck.
But when you say you didn't have to go around them or whatever, you went through them.
Mm-hmm.
When you got to Def Jam, were there battles that took place at Def Jam? Did you have to battle?
We didn't battle back then. It was ciphers.
or whatever.
Yeah, it was ciphers.
We had ciphers. You know?
Ciphers is like battles and
subliminal battles.
Right, it's like right.
There was always the over enthusiastic nigga
But the
that was
rhymes
gonna look you in your eyes.
yeah, exactly. Right.
But the rhymes were never really aimed at somebody.
Right. The
Just
rhymes
who's
were
nicer.
the approach. Right. It's just who's had the nicer, you know, bars and
Flow, whatever else.
and you know, whatever punchlines, whatever. That's really what it was about. But yeah, we had fucking ciphers all the time. All the time.
Murder Inc. is supposed to be a group.
And that was Gotti's
Brainchild.
Yeah, he wanted us to do an album together. I think it would have been dope. Every record we did together was fucking dope. Whether it was just me and Jay or X and J or me and X or me X and J. Every record that we touched together was dope records. Like we didn't make no duds. Like
listen, man.
That's a
The
fact.
Murdergram joints.
Yeah, but
What I would have
Those
gave
records,
for just
man.
14 of those on a CD, bro. Like
yeah.
them shits used to have me hype.
I'd have took 10.
I
You
like-
could
yo.
have EP'd that. I'd have been happy.
Nah.
And that, that too, that was our like, we was all so competitive, man. I was happy to be accepted on, on bar with these guys.
Right.
That's, but you gotta understand,
But y'all niggas used to bring out dirty Jay-Z.
yeah.
I love that. You know what I mean? Wasn't no Versace, wasn't no the ice, and then Daddy-O with the calico, let the calico leave it leaking on the Daddy-O.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dirty hoe.
Yes, sir.
Love that
Yes,
shit.
sir.
How did that feel like? You two monsters.
I had to make my way.
You had to make it 3.
I had to make my way.
You ain't feel no pressure?
Nah. You know why though? I'm gonna tell you why. Because when I first met X and J, I was the only nigga with a record deal. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Hurry up, I'm up.
That's
That's
fact.
fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's fact.
That's a
I
fact.
was with my group, Cash Money Click, and I had a deal. You know what I'm saying? It was a bum ass deal, but I had a deal. You know what I'm saying? And X didn't have no deal, but of course he was legendary on the streets. Niggas knew who he was. And Jay, same thing. But they both ain't had no deals, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I had a deal. You know what I'm saying? So, going into that meeting them, funny stories, Gotti, he was funny like that. He'd come and he'd be like, so you think you ill, nigga? Like, he's first meeting me, he tested my ilk. You know what I'm saying? My cloth. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you think you ill, nigga? I'm like, yeah, nigga, I'm nice, nigga. You know what I'm saying? He's like, all right, you nice in your little neighborhood, nigga. I'm gonna take you around some nice niggas. He took me around X, he took me around Jack. And I was like,
What was those first
them
meetings?
niggas is cool, but I'm nice too, nigga.
You still felt
I still felt like,
right.
nigga, I'm nice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that, for me, was important. through everything else that happened after that. That I had those moments. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because the lights never got too big for me. The room never got too big for me. I always felt like I belonged in the room. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that was the beauty of that for me. Everything in life is about, you know, moments and how you dissect those moments and live through those moments. What comes after that? What do you do with the food you just ate? How do you digest that? That's what's important.
Right.
Because there's nuggets being thrown every day. Niggas choose not to eat the nuggets, you know, it's cool.
Some niggas don't even see them.
Some niggas don't even see them. But I'm a sponge. A lot of times, man, you know, niggas think Ja Rule is like loud and, you know, because they see me on the video. But nigga, I'm usually quiet and chilling.
Nah, nigga. Nigga. In 2000, I seen this nigga in front of Cheetah. No, in front of Cheetahs.
Yeah.
In 2000, he was in a green BMW.
Yeah.
And he was like, murder! I'm outside. What up? Rule here. He is not quiet, bro.
Yeah, young Rule was louder than older Rule. I get that. Yeah, but like I told you, I went to prison, man. I a lot of things changed. My own mentality changed. You know, you learn a lot being behind the walls, you know, about yourself.
What was the biggest lesson? First of all, what you, because you know you hear about it, then you get there and you're like, oh, it ain't that bad, or oh, this shit worse than I thought it was.
Yeah, nah, it wasn't, you know, it was like sleepaway camp, like, you know, with the homies and shit. Like,
You was on Rikers?
I was in Rikers for like 2 weeks. And they sent me they want to give me out of Rikers fast. So I was in Rikers and they got
Brooklyn niggas was running now.
I know everybody in Rikers. And so it was like, you know what I'm saying, the guards is bringing me shit and they're get this nigga the fuck out of here before we get in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they got me out of there quick, you know what I mean? And I was on my way upstate. But, you know, I'd rather be upstate. But, you know, I was me at the time, you know, and so in the state prison, they gotta put me in protective custody.
Mm-hmm.
They put you in
Adam Assad.
IPC,
involuntary protective custody.
Custody. So they got a whole unit for niggas like us. You know what I'm saying? You in there with cops and motherfucking, you know, rich motherfuckers and state government niggas from the state and all kind of shit. You just in there with all these niggas and you know, you doing your bit. But then when I went to the feds, everything, it was a whole different ball game. They sent me to Raybrook, which is basically a medium. You know what I'm saying? I was camp status. I was supposed to be in a camp.
Minimum.
Yeah, these niggas, and they put me in Raybrook and shit. As soon as I got there, it was like somebody in the BDP don't like you, man. And it's not BDP, what is it?
BOP.
BOP, yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, somebody in the BOP don't like you, man. I said, why? They said, why they sent you here? I said, I don't know. I said, all right, you gonna know. And I went in there. First, it was crazy because I went in the first day. I went in there and shit was going, get my shit, in order and all that shit. Went through my dorm and shit. Spig Nice came to see me. Spig was there.
Oh shit.
Spig brought me an L package, nigga. Everything, sneakers, sweat, food.
Laced you up.
What? I was like, my nigga Spig. Nigga, I was like, love, nigga, like Queens. There's a bunch of all my Queens niggas came. And it was a bunch of, in the feds, that's how everybody broke up. You know what I'm saying? We're from Brooklyn and Queens, man. But they all broke up like that by their numbers and shit too. So everybody just kind of clicks up like that. You know what I'm saying? Usually New York or Baltimore or DC or whatever the fuck. Mm-hmm. So Spig, he set me out. So I go out in the yard. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that came on the bus with me, you know, everybody still got they shit on, their greens and shit. You know, it was winter, so it was cold. Niggas got the big jackets and shit, the big boots and shit. So niggas, you know, a couple of niggas come out to the yard and shit. They see me, I'm in the weight room, niggas with sweats and shit on, chilling and shit. They're like, come on, man, I know you Ja Rule and all that, but how you got everything already, man? I'm like, my niggas right here set me out. You know what I'm saying? I'm in there working out, having a good time. Niggas is, you know, the whole jail came out. Now, I don't know none of this. This is my first day in the joint. The whole jail came out. Niggas said to come see me. They said, nigga. So the niggas like, yo, nigga. They said, hey, I'm like, look at all these niggas. These niggas don't never come out to the yard, nigga. Not everybody in the yard. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, word, niggas don't be out here like this. It's like, hell no, nigga. It's like all these niggas out here because they know you out here, nigga. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But
he was like a celebrity in.
Absolutely, I am Ja Rule in jail. You know what I'm saying? It's no different, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, it was love. I'm an easy nigga to get along with, man. Real nigga, humble nigga. You know, man of God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If we getting down, we getting down. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like real nigga shit.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
it ain't no, you know what I'm saying? So everybody in there respected me and loved me, you know what I'm saying? It's like, we're a real nigga. And then there was a joke, like, because when I got in the feds, I was sized up. Niggas was like, we're a good nigga, man. But yo, don't be the nigga get fucked up by Ja Rule, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Nigga ain't little right now. I was way bigger than this right now. You know what I'm saying? I was like 200 pounds.
200 pounds?
Yeah. Right now, I'm like 170, 175. But I was like this, nigga. All my niggas, when I came home, it was like, nigga, you too big, nigga. You look crazy, nigga. I'm like, all right, I gotta lose some weight and shit.
Well, what was the biggest lesson you learned in there, though, that you took home with you?
Everybody that come with you can't go with you. Yeah. That's what I learned.
How'd you learn that?
Because there was a lot of motherfuckers with me when I went in. A lot of motherfuckers wasn't with me on the ride. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, duly noted, I moved accordingly. When I came home, you know, we trimmed the fat. Niggas wasn't fucking with me, you know, fucking with niggas.
That shit hurt though.
It do. It do. It was, you know, a couple of niggas I had to apologize to, too. Like my nigga Chris Black, you know, from my group Cash Money Click. You know, I love my nigga Black. And when he went in, he did 5 years, you know, during our, it was Cash Money Click. So, you know, kind of the group had to split up after that. And I kind of went on my own, but he went in. You know, I didn't know how important or how much that letter meant or those phone calls meant.
Yeah.
I thought it was all about sending a nigga a little kite, some money, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't know until I was on the other side. And I was like, it ain't about no money, nigga. I just want a nigga to pick up the phone when I call, or, you know what I'm saying? If I was writing a nigga a letter, write me back, or a nigga send me a letter, or whatever, you know, send me some pictures, you know, shit like, you know, little shit.
Right.
And that's, you know, you learn all that shit, you know what I'm saying? You learn that life is more about the real important things in life, or the things we take for granted every day. You know, our health, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you ever hurt like a finger or something and shit, and you realize how much you actually need that motherfucking finger, or how much you use that motherfucker. This is, you know, this is the shit you learning while you're in prison. Like, damn, how much I actually enjoy 2-ply, 3-ply toilet paper, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Or motherfucking, you know what I'm saying?
How much you enjoy your mattress instead of a cot.
Like sheets with a real thread count. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit, like toothpaste, little shit, like nigga. You realize that shit, you know, you miss your family, you miss, you know. So all that shit became super important. And everything that I was, or that I thought I was, and I thought was important to me, all that shit became secondary. Ja Rule and everything Ja Rule became secondary. You know, I just wanted to, you know, to be real with myself, man, and look in the mirror and say, the reason why you're behind this wall is your fault. Don't blame nobody. So when you get home, you can rehabilitate. And I did, you know. I did. That shit was it was an ill time. And you know, it's ill because I had to pull from like strong niggas on nights, you know what I'm saying? Like Nelson Mandela. You know, because I'm like, yo, this ain't nothing, nigga. If Nelson Mandela could be where he had to be, because I was in some tough spots, nigga. They had me in the Green Monster in Newark. This shit is nuts, nigga. This is like a fucking insane asylum almost. Like, there's no outside clearance at all. There's no yard, there's no niggas ain't seeing daylight in years in this joint.
Years in the dorm.
I'm telling you, it's different, man. This shit different. They had me on 23-1 lockdown in the joint on like suicide surveillance, but because I was a celebrity, you know, that's just the way they had to, you know, surveil me and do me. And I'm like, this shit is crazy. I'm begging these niggas, let me go to a regular shit or whatever. Like, I'm cool. I'm you know, like, I'm like, I don't know, watch. Nigga, you'll stay right here. Whenever I got to the feds, you know, I got to MDC. I had to beg these niggas to let me come downstairs. These niggas had me upstairs in protective custody and the shit, you know what I'm saying? On 23-1 lockdown. I'm like, yo, nigga, y'all niggas, that shit would drive a nigga crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you by yourself all day, nobody talk to. You know, I'm like, nah, nigga.
I always wonder, how do celebrities end up taking charges when they take care of everybody?
My charge was simple. You know what I'm saying? Because me and he's like my brother. You know, he's my uncle. He was in the car with me and my driver. I was in my Maybach. The old good Maybachs with the partition. So I really shouldn't even been harassed. I'm in the back, deal with the driver, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But whatever, they get to me in the back, get the gun.
They stop you for
cases with, niggas, they said I was speeding, my nigga. They said my driver was, I'm not driving the car. Like, all right, if he's speeding, get that nigga a ticket, go on by my motherfucking way.
Right.
We smell weed, you know, all that other shit. Get out the car, all that extra shit. I still got some things for their ass on that case, still to this day. But you know, niggas tried to take the, you know, case from me. Real stand-up niggas. You know, like, yo, I'll go and I'll take care. Like, nah, they wasn't none of that. They just saying that's my gun. None of that. And so my uncle, he wanted me to have me. He wanted me to take the fucking charge. So my uncle, you know, he basically was in a different predicament. He might have been able to take it, but if he took it, he was gonna get a lot of time. For me, I'm gonna get 20 months. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, something like.
So I was like, I'll take the 20. You know what I'm saying? Versus you getting the 5 to 10 or whatever like that.
Right.
So I was like, all right, I'll do the 20.
Is it true they were scheduling your court dates on the same days as other celebrities just to do a whole media thing?
I don't know nothing about that. Yeah, I don't know about that. You know, I feel like we switched, me and Plexico Burris, we switched motherfucking cells. Side. Basically, they switched us. He got out, I went in. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it was crazy, but it was, you know, jail is jail, man.
Were you targeted?
Nah. It was, you can't say you had a good experience in prison, but I had a lot of good things come out of prison for me that I needed at the moment.
Champ, you talk about that all the time.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Malcolm X says it in his
autobiography.
He says, you know, the best place for a black man besides college is prison. And
that's why for the most part I don't talk about the bad stuff. Even though kids or whoever who haven't experienced it need to hear the bad things so they don't go, I talk about the good things because it's who made me who I am right now.
Yeah.
At this point. It was a necessary evil.
How long Jehovah's Witnesses end up in jail and shit?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. You want to rebel. It's unfortunate, but the whole thing is this. I feel like prison, and I don't want to go on the length about this, but prison is a school.
They're all institutions.
It's a school.
It's an institution.
It's an institution,
Just like
but
college,
it's about
just like the army.
absolutely.
They're all
But I feel like it's
constructed the same
about
way.
the men who you are around that help shape you into who you can become when you get out. In a good way. You know what I'm saying? I had great men around me who made me believe education was cool. Get your education, take it out there with you, and create other opportunities for other men. And that's the message that I come out here with, because that ain't nothing to play with. You don't want to be missing your family and all this other nonsense. You want to be out here to succeed and do what you got to do.
I think it's important that we spread that message too, as older elder statesmen in the industry. It's cool, man. Education is fly. It's cool, fly shit. Nigga, be a smart nigga and go get your bag, and ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with that.
I never understood the cool dummy. Never understood that shit.
I never understood that shit either.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man.
You in a Maybach. You Ja Rule. Why have the gun?
Again, man, it's kind of, at that point and period in my life, it was kind of just the way of life, my way of life. I carry a gun everywhere, all the time. People ain't know,
But why?
I know that. But
Why? Because from the outside,
it's just the way I
for the
live.
public, I read comments, and even with this boozy thing that went down, and it's always a polarizing response to it. It's people that don't understand why, and there's people that understand why.
I felt like,
From your perspective, why?
Well, when I was, on the streets doing what I was doing, carry guns all the time. So I felt like this is just an extension of that. And I felt like I needed even more now than I did then. The rap shit brought me closer to the street niggas and street life than I ever would have got on the block doing what I was doing.
Right.
Ever. I met more real street niggas being a rapper than I ever would have met selling drugs. I'm telling you some real shit.
Yeah.
Real gangsters, real street, real niggas. I've met all of the realest niggas being a rapper. I'd have never met these niggas just being a nigga hustling. So I was closer connected to everything than I've ever been. And so it was like, nigga, if I was carrying it then, nigga, I'm carrying it now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. And I didn't see nothing wrong with carrying a gun. For me, I'm not robbing nobody with my gun. It's on me. It'll be on me until somebody bothers me. You know what I'm saying? Right. You won't even know I have it. You understand?
Right.
And that's what it was. I still don't see nothing wrong with carrying. Just do it legally.
Legally.
Get your license.
Do it legally.
Yeah, do it legally. There's nothing wrong with this fucking Second Amendment. Nigga, I have the right to fucking bear arms.
Just like New York City.
Nothing wrong. Yeah, not New York, yeah. But, you know what I'm saying? If you can do it legally, do it. So what? What's wrong?
With that said, I just want to that is an important thing. Kids, more people are killed with guns on them than without them. When you carry a gun, it gives you a false sense of security. If you are not an armed officer, if you are not in the business, don't carry no gun on you. Most of the guys I watch and deal with are murdered, carrying the gun. If they didn't have the gun on them, they wouldn't have acted tough or slick or do something that actually bring upon their
That's something.
That's fucking facts too.
And that's another thing I never understood. Like certain niggas that get a gun and be the loudest nigga on the block. And that shit used to bug me out because I'd be on some extra cautious shit now. Like, I'm in the cut. I ain't even gonna stand in the crowd. The same.
See, what do you think is safer? A city where there's no guns, or a city where everybody has guns? Because guns gonna leak into any city. It doesn't matter.
It depends.
City
on what
where there's
city
no
you in.
guns versus a city where everybody has one.
Well, the city with no guns, the bad guys have guns.
The bad guys have
Yeah, they got guns. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, all right, cool.
that
Are
part
the
out.
bad
We
guys
just ain't
looking
allowed
for
to
me?
carry guns. This is
Are the bad guys looking for me?
No, I'm just saying.
I'm just
period.
saying.
What do you feel like is a safer city? That
I think that everyone
that.
should be allowed to protect themselves.
I feel the same way.
So if we got them, but it just can't be.
The thought process, the mentality. You got your gun in New York on you.
Right.
Illegally, obviously. Those
Right.
niggas ain't allowed to carry. But you know niggas in there. Nobody else got their shit. Versus, I'm in Atlanta. I got my shit on me. I know all these niggas
All
got
these
their
niggas
shit too.
got,
You know what I'm saying?
the sticks hanging out niggas' pockets.
Exactly.
You
Shit
good
crazy.
in New York now, though, John.
Huh?
You good in New York now.
You can carry guns in New
Yes,
York
you
now?
can carry in New York.
I'm good. I don't carry guns.
The only thing you
I
have to
have
do in New
security.
York now is go see
I
the
have
judge.
security.
That's the way.
Right.
That's
I
the
don't
way.
fucking
The way
carry
you
guns.
saying is
You
the
understand?
way.
I don't.
But
I learned my
you
lesson.
can't
I'm
New
good.
York now. In New York, you can't carry.
Yeah,
You
I
have to
don't
just go
fuck
through
with.
the
I don't play with the toys no more. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I live a good life. I'm a fucking honest citizen, law-abiding citizen. I don't want no smoke, nigga.
Is it more peaceful now?
Life is good, man. I enjoy life, man. I fucking golfing on, you know what I'm saying? That's the fuck I'm doing. I'm enjoying my life, you know, making good money, creating things that I enjoy,
Yeah.
you know, pushing the culture forward. And you know.
Do you have a sense of peace now compared to the past? Like when you were knee deep into the music industry?
What's a better time? When you were at the top of the game or now?
You know, it's hectic when you're on top of the rap. It's fucking hectic, man. You know, it was like a time where I couldn't come out my house and go to the mall and shit, type shit. You know I don't know if I enjoy being that famous. You know, it's cool too. It's fun sometimes.
Right.
But then when you just want to be unseen, you can't do that. I still can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's not pandemonium
Yeah, right.
when I go outside. You know what I'm saying? And so
It's wild to
That's
think that the people, like your fans, would kill you. Like, just walking through the mall with nobody would, at the height of your career, your fans,
John Lennon.
they love you, but they'll kill you. Like,
John Lennon.
never forget, fan is short for fanatic. Never forget that.
I don't think a lot of people remember that you would. I don't think it dawns on a lot of people that you were the Drake of your day.
I don't like to say that. I was Ja Rule. I'm Rule.
Yeah, but for
Drake is Drake.
For comparison,
Rule.
I'm only speaking in terms of comparing fame, being able to understand the levels of fame.
Right.
I'm not talking about music or the kind of stuff, your personality even.
Yeah.
Just in levels of
I-
fame. I
yeah,
don't think people understand
Drake
just
is
how
humongous,
famous you
yeah.
were
Yeah.
at the time when you were really putting numbers on the boards
Yeah.
every summer, every
It was
quarter.
It was good, but you know, for me, God, I feel like God works in mysterious ways. He gives me what I need. He gives me exactly what I need in the right time.
So when you got shunned for the second time,
Oh, before we even get there,
Yeah, for my fans turn their backs on me now.
before we even get there, let's talk about the hype. What was the record that did it?
Can I get it? Can I get it?
That was originally your record, correct?
Yeah, this is my record.
What made you give it to Jay-Z?
It was a trade-off. You know, it's gonna be on. It was a brilliant marketing strategy. The record was gonna be on Jay's album. It was gonna also be on the 90s Special.
soundtrack.
It was on Rush Hour.
Rush Hour.
Rush Hour.
Yes, Rush Hour soundtrack. And we was gonna have a video and everything for it. It was great. You know what I mean? And then in return, you know, Jay, we did Kill 'Em All on my album, which is another dope record. But it worked. It worked better than I think I probably could have, imagined it to work.
Right.
You know,
That's what it was like at that time. It was more bartering.
it's still like that.
Yeah, you guys are like a team at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't y'all supposed to do an album like you, Jay, and
Yeah,
X?
we was trying to put it. Gotti was trying to put it together, but
What stopped it?
X and J, egos and shit getting involved.
Right.
And then when I started to blow up on my own accord, I was like,
You threw your ego back, like
a little bit. Yeah. Sure.
How did that DMX death affect you?
It hit me hard.
Nigga,
I love X.
Brothers,
Me and X, we had our.
I was about to say.
We had our shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's my brother, man.
Yeah, brothers. Yeah.
And we, it's funny. Me and X talk about the shit. It's like X. Y'all, if you know the dog, he's a special individual, man. Very special. I love the dog, man. Rest in peace, my brother, man. I wish he was still here. Last time I seen him was in Miami. We was all together at one of them COVID mansion parties and shit. And that was the last time I seen him. We didn't get to. You think you're gonna see people all the time.
yeah.
We didn't really get to kick it that night. I was over here fucking with Tory Lanez and these niggas over here. X was over there. And X is funny. X came in, he did his shit, he was doing it. He broke the fuck out real quick. And so it was like, I didn't really get to highlight. We spoke, but, it wasn't like how we usually, kick it. But
How did it even get to the point where you guys was going back and forth? Just the egos?
yeah, I think, a lot of people, started, putting things in X's head, yeah. But I think, I don't know, man. I don't like to speak on it because the dog ain't here no more.
Yeah.
I miss him and I wish he was here. That's it.
Do you think that there was any outside influence that wanted you guys to bump heads?
Maybe not bump heads, but definitely wanted us to be competitive, to keep putting out material the way we was.
Was that a driving force?
Of course, Leo, he was the master of that. He made sure I knew when X was putting out a new project. He made sure, Jay knew when I was putting out and X was putting out. He made sure we all knew what we were doing. So so we keep that competitive fire, that competitive edge.
Did it go too far? Because there's another generation coming up.
Us as artists, we make our own. We make our own decisions. We do our own thing. We have our own reasons for the things we do. And I think we all had a hand to play in all of it a little bit. We big boys, so nobody can deny that we all had a part to play in the game.
There's definitely a space for being manipulated.
When you're grown and you're in your fucking 20s and 30s and shit.
That doesn't protect you from being manipulated. What you just described to me was one guy getting three guys to work harder for him.
Absolutely.
That sounds like top
Absolutely.
notch, top grade A manipulation.
Absolutely. But it wasn't like we weren't benefiting from
The competitiveness.
the
competition.
Yeah, so this is not, I don't look at it like that. I just look at it as Leo very smart in that way. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's a tactic. It's a tool.
But not to create beef and friction.
I don't think he meant to create beef and friction.
Create album
I
sales.
think he wanted us to create music and, you know, friendly competition is what it is. And you know, I think, hey, listen, man, this game's competitive, man.
But this is the thing I be saying, like,
this shit competitive, man.
I know. Hey, all right,
so battle
rap.
Right, it's competitive. You know,
to a battle rapper.
I'm coming from what I'm coming from, and I'm coming in here like, yeah, we just rapping.
No, it's competitive.
It's gonna get twisted.
Listen, every
You know what I mean?
record that I get on, nigga, I want to kill everybody that's on it. Period. And I let niggas know it. I'm not, that's fine. Kill me, nigga. That's what we here to do.
Right.
We warriors, nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If this was the ancient times, nigga, we be the gladiators. That's what we be.
Facts.
So every time I get on a track, nigga, I want to destroy you. And you should want to destroy me. That's what makes us better.
How does it get to the outsider? How does it get to the point where people are making up stories about each other and bad headlines and
just
weird text messages?
Oh, that's when you feed the machine. You know what I'm saying? That's when
the Matrix.
That's when the ego start feeding the machine. And that's what I mean. We all played our part in that too. And we all grown, and we can't make excuses for it. We did that. It's cool.
Right.
Accept it, own it, and move on. And I definitely played my part in, you know, beef with X and, you know, me and Jay's frictions and shit. I played my part in all that shit, as have they. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's no love lost between none of us. We all know what it is. We just 3 motherfuckers that want to be the best. That's it. That's the friction. Every one of us thinks and wants to be the best nigga. You know what I'm saying? Right. So if you over there getting accolades and crowned like you the best nigga, I'm over there like, fuck, You know what I'm saying? Right, I want to be the best.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I'm never mad at a nigga that want to be the best or thinks he is that nigga. You should think you that nigga.
Right. But what about right before it gets to that moment where it's friction, y'all all just work together. Y'all all decide to let's just do an album.
That would have been dope. Our frictions was, like I said, it wasn't crazy. Not to me, not my eyes. It was competitive shit. You know, I took things personal a little bit, you know, when I felt like, you know, niggas, you know, was working with the ops a little bit. Not a little bit, a lot of it. Fuck it. You know, but, you know, you see, when you talk about storylines and narratives, that help create the storyline and the narrative even more. You know what I'm saying? Like, my niggas, they fucking with the ops. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We gotta, you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, you know, but it's crazy when you go through all of these things. You learn so much, you know, about human nature, human beings, and how people react to, you know, pressure situations, whatever. I learned a lot, so.
Was that the first instance of someone turning their back on you?
I don't look at it as niggas turning their back.
I mean, working with the ops is pretty.
Yeah, but you know, like I said.
Well, phrase it how you.
We all played our part.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
So you might have been around
I played my part. I played my part.
Right.
We all played our part. You understand? And so it is what it is.
It felt like it cost you more than it cost everybody else. It felt like you paid.
The public.
Yeah, well, that's the only perspective we can speak from, because we weren't there, we weren't in the rooms. From the outside looking in, Ja Rule seemed to pay a pretty heavy price for somebody who was just playing his part and doing what everybody else was doing. All of a sudden, it became cool to not like you. It became cool to shit on you. It became cool to forget about your records. It became cool to forget about your accolades.
Well, one thing I know.
It did. But you know what? Let me tell you something. I love that shit. Let me tell you what I love about it. I'm going to tell you what I love about it.
Please.
I came through it. I'm on the other side of it. Not many niggas could do it. Right? That's why I love it. It's called adversity. And only the strong survive. That's what we say, right? I'm still here. I'm still good. I'm still here. So now you know how I feel? I feel like God has me in a different light than everyone else. Because everyone else showed their hand. They threw stones at me. They threw rocks at me. And for what? For what? Honestly, for what?
Favoritism.
Somebody in this room tell me.
Favoritism.
For what?
Favoritism.
Well, they flipped on Ja Rule. For what?
Clout.
Favoritism.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. What was the real reason? What did
Listen,
Ja Rule
I'm
do
gonna tell you
to my fan base
I'm gonna
to
tell you
make them
exactly
say,
what you did.
fuck this nigga, I'm riding with this nigga.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what.
Go ahead, because I got one right
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
Bruh, when you the guy at the top,
people want to see you fall.
Ain't nobody coming to your rescue either.
Let me tell you something.
Ambition is a mother.
Let me tell you something.
I agree.
Let me just say this. Let me just say this. What he just said sums up everything. Because, nigga, when I went through what I was going through, everybody likes to give 50 a lot of fucking credit, nigga. Like I wasn't battling Eminem, Busta Rhymes,
Dr. Dre,
D12, my own nigga, DMX. Are these not some of the biggest names in motherfucking hip hop?
Word.
Against one nigga. I'm just saying.
Damn, Jay ain't had your back, bro.
He was doing commercials with 50. He was on tour with 50.
Commercials, yeah.
So that further made people say, oh, ain't nobody fucking with this nigga. That's cool. I'm born alone, die alone, nigga. I'm an only child. I don't even got no brothers and sisters. I'm used to being alone, nigga. I like it like that. That's what niggas don't know about me. One of my albums, my first album, my nigga BJ said, he talking about being black. I said, nigga, I like it hard. I don't want to be white, nigga. I like the struggle, nigga. I'm comfortable there. I'm telling you. Y'all may not realize it, y'all may not understand it because niggas is believing the fucking ghost stories and the myths and whatever the fuck has been put out there about Ja Rule, but trust what I tell you on my mama, nigga. I'm comfortable there, nigga. I like, nigga, did you see me at Versus, nigga? Do I look like I fold under pressure? I'm asking niggas.
Not at all. Not at all.
I'm just saying, man. I'm cool. I like it there, yo.
Right, but in the same sense, like, you're like, damn.
It's life,
this
man.
the business?
It's life, man.
It's the business.
And that's what I had to learn. It's the
business.
flows of life. It's not even the business. It's life.
It's just life.
It's life. Nigga, one of the biggest things I learned, man, when I did I'm in Love with a Church Girl movie, I'm going on, it's like a mega church run with all church people and shit. And one of the pastors told me the other shit. He said, Jai, son, you go to sleep on top of the world, wake up with the world on top of you. He said, sometimes God takes you all the way around the block just to get you next door. I'm next door, nigga. I'm right here. You understand? It's cool. He took me around the block. I'm right here. I'm not going nowhere.
That was a long walk, though.
It's fine.
Hold on, before we get into this long walk.
Yo, let me tell you something. It's a long walk to people who ain't walking in my shoes.
Facts.
It's a
It
longer
was
walk.
comfortable, nigga. My walk was comfortable. When I was in jail, you know how many people sat out and asked my wife, what you gonna do, downsize? Nah, nigga, we good. We good.
See, okay, I think everybody gets their time on top.
That is a
Everybody
fact.
has a run on top.
That is a fact, too.
How you're ushered,
I feel like people was getting tired of me, too.
that's
You
what
had-
I was
you
about to
had-
say when I said
you
I
had-
agreed with him. You ever seen a Mayweather
You had a
fight?
little bit of everything going on.
People don't show up to see Mayweather
People
fight, they show up
wanted
to
to
see him
me
lose.
People wanted
Yeah,
to
they
see
don't
Ja
see
Rule
him.
lose.
They pay pay-per-view
People were
money to see him
rejecting
lose.
my deposit. Nigga, I put out dope fucking disc records. I got lines to this day. My lines on my disc record is more memorable than lines on their disc records. I have probably the most memorable line of all the disc records. I don't like it to this day. You know what I'm saying? Because it's, you know, it's nasty. It's dirty.
Ask him. Ask him.
What's the line?
It was an Eminem line.
Ask him. Ask him.
The Haley situation.
Simple. Niggas, I don't remember none of their shit. None of that shit. I don't know.
Hey,
They've had.
I know you was going through it,
Man,
but I was buying every mixtape.
I ain't gonna lie.
I was buying every motherfucking mixtape. That shit was
yo,
great
nigga,
to me.
you listen, man. It's a rap beef.
Y'all niggas probably created.
It's a rap beef.
Y'all niggas probably created like 50 battle rappers.
It's a rap beef. We
Throughout
went
that
through
whole situation.
We went through it, and we had a legendary rap battle. Beef on the streets, the whole shit.
Yeah.
But what niggas is not gonna do is sit here and act like I was the sucker in that shit. That's what niggas is not gonna do.
Right.
Cause we can get to the facts. Do we want to get to the facts?
After this 5-minute break.
We're gonna take a 5-minute break.
Oh, now we gotta take a break.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars, I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work, you heard. Making fiends leave earth, you heard. Got your baby mama thirst, you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf, you heard.